In the words of the legendary Lou Gellerman, hello, dog fans, and welcome to the Sound the Siren podcast because everything matters, including it's that time of year again. It's dogs and the ducks. It's also Thanksgiving week. I am your host, Hooligan7. I'm joined tonight by DJ K. Woody. We were originally planning to record on Wednesday, and then Thanksgiving week matters came up and my brain was fried. But DJ, thanks for being with me tonight. How are you doing this evening? How was your holiday?
Oh, it was great. Lots of good food. Still full after yesterday and hanging out with family, but yeah, been good. How about you?
That's not too bad. Pretty quiet, which is okay. Um, Christmas tends to be a little bit bigger in terms of more people um, around for Christmas. Yeah, no, good holiday. We are at Sound the Siren. We are of course thankful to be a member of the College Huddle. Check out other podcasts in the College Huddle network, and we would also be very thankful if you chose to support us, and you can do so at patreon.com/sound the siren. Um, Beverages wise, I had a little wine yesterday, so I'm just on team water. How about you this evening? Are you imbibing or
Yeah. No, I just
saving
got
space for
water.
tomorrow?
Yeah, for tomorrow, and yeah, because I had some yesterday, so don't want to do 30 days in a row.
Makes
Just
sense.
water. Yeah.
I haven't decided about whether I'm gonna drink during the game tomorrow or not. Um, so we'll see. um, but I don't have any stupid tweets. Do you? Anything that you found this week?
No, I got some things depending on how it goes over the weekend, and not even talking about the game, just about coach and stuff. But I'm gonna
Yeah.
hold off on those
All right.
for
Yeah.
now. But yeah,
Yeah, the carousel is fixing to get crazy. Obviously, there's
yeah, it's
some
gonna be
uh,
insane.
we can we can touch on it briefly. There are some rumblings out there that an extension is in process or completed for Coach Fish. I will be very curious to see those details. Certainly, there's been, as we've discussed in previous episodes, um, there's obviously some very good things that Coach Fish has done. Um, I would not necessarily be in the camp of saying, yeah, obviously you extend him right now based on field results because yes, we're taking steps forward, but we still haven't won a big game or what I would consider a truly big game in his tenure. And um,
Yeah,
signature road
heartbreaking.
win
Yeah,
required either a 21-point comeback or kicking the crap out of UCLA, which was fun. But that's what we're going to talk about in the first half of the show. But I'm certainly not. I'm like, yeah, of course, like whatever Jed
yeah,
wants.
it's not black and white. I gotta see the details first. Like I don't hate the idea, but yeah, I mean, if we're gonna extend several years, like adding on a buyout, you see even more, like that would concern me. But if we add on a little
Right.
bit more money with some other clauses in there, like I'm
Yeah.
okay with
I,
that.
I would I would hope that the big key with because the buyout works two different ways. There's two buyouts essentially. There's the buyout another school has to pay you
Mm-hmm.
to hire your coach, which tends to be relatively reasonable, and then the buyout that the coach gets if you decide that he's not the guy,
Yeah, that's the one I was
and
worried
fire him.
about.
And that basically usually is the entire value of the contract. And the big key variable there is how stringent the responsibility to mitigate clause is in that contract, in which how actively do you make your coach go find a new job if you fire him. In Jed's case, I think we're probably pretty safe in that regard, and that if he were to be let go by the University of Washington at some point, I think Jed is not exactly going to just live it up and retire. Uh,
True. Yeah.
he still wants to coach, so I think that's somewhat of a safer bet on our half. But anyway,
No. Yeah, I agree.
uh,
Yeah.
let's talk about the fun that or the eventual took a little while to get started, but the fun of last Saturday. Um, what did you like Saturday evening? I other than I don't know about you, but that game felt like I actually I think I tweeted it. It's like that game at a certain point about midway through the third quarter. I felt like that game had started when I was still a student at the University of Washington, and I graduated
Yeah.
25 years ago, so or 21 years ago.
Yeah, it did. It seemed like it lasted a long time. I think at one point my wife even said it. I actually feel kind of bad for them, for UCLA, because how they're playing. But no, I mean, at first I thought it was going to be one of those typical road games. Damon not playing well and just being sluggish. But yeah, once they got things going, they really got things going. And yeah, that fake field goal was was something else. Like I said in our group chat, like if you, I was watching it when it happened. Like all 11 guys got on the line of scrimmage for defense, and half of them backed off, maybe more, maybe six, and they knew what was coming, and usually didn't change their play. Disaster for them, but great for us. That's
Yeah, I
hilarious.
mean, it was not Jed's best half of play calling, and my exact tweet was, "Hey Jed, you think what you've been doing is is bad play calling? You know, Jerry and Tim Skipper are like, hold my beers."
Yeah, yeah, seriously.
I I was absolutely on. Like I was. We have two living rooms that I was in the other living room with that the cats tend to live in, and I had a couple of them on my lap, and I think I startled them because before we even scored, like I saw the the pitch, and I just started laughing, and I basically could not stop laughing
Yeah.
for a good 5 minutes. Like that
Yeah.
was
That was worse than our fake field goal earlier in the year. Yeah,
by
yeah, come
orders
on.
of magnitude, and ours
Yeah,
was pretty bad.
I know. Even if like if we just picked up the ball and got tackled, like it's still very,
It's
very
still
bad.
bad, but
Yeah,
like that result, and for it to be for Alex McLaughlin to be right there and be like, okay, yep, that's a
yeah, kind
touchdown.
of
Like,
get up off the ground and still get in.
well, and I think the timing of it with the on the broadcast with them using the the sky cam
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
live play, not the replay. It's just all of it was
I
just
know.
a symphony of spectacular.
It was played on a lot of like other platforms and social media sites that I saw it circulating around too. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah,
But
for
yeah, as
sure.
far as the game, I mean, it's kind of it's hard to. I mean, obviously we played well, especially starting the second quarter and on. But it's kind of hard to gauge playing against a team like UCLA. But I mean, we did what we were supposed to.
Right.
Our offense was moving the ball. Our defense looked great, except for maybe a drive towards the end of the game when the game was out of reach, trying to get a
Yeah.
shutout. I wish that would have happened, but uh, yeah, Adam Muhammad still trucking along. He's doing great, and we had some good blocking too, and getting the
Hmm.
young receivers going too. So I know some questionable things happen on our end with like trying to force Jonah Coleman the ball. People were unhappy with that, but that's how
I
Jed
mean,
is. He wants to get his
Jed's going
guys.
to be a player.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's going to be a
yeah.
player's coach, and that's going to be his part of his DNA. Um,
I don't hate it. Like in if it was a close game and he was trying to do that, I'd be
more,
pretty
yeah.
annoyed by it. But I'm just like I'm not like, oh yeah, that's awesome, but I'm not like mad about it either. So I'm
I'd
just
also be
whatever.
more annoyed about it if he'd gotten hurt.
Yeah, true. I know it is a
To,
gamble.
to be
Yeah.
honest, I'm honestly more annoyed by, in the scheme of things, I'm more annoyed by punt returner Denzel Boston than,
I know. I still can't let that go. Let that down. Yeah.
and
But
the
I mean,
fact that that's,
trying to get Adam Muhammad 100 yards. Like I get it.
yeah, yeah,
Like yeah. I
yeah,
would
no,
not like the
it's,
lineman in there because that's people can't lose more
yes,
linemen. But yeah,
yes.
that's how he is.
Especially this week, getting into
Right.
the second half of our conversation, we need, um, that's a huge key to the game for me is how our line plays, obviously against Oregon's front. Yeah, certainly for me, like I did like that. Ultimately, Damon did kind of round into form a little bit. Still not his best game by any stretch in the imagination. Um, Jordan Washington needs more touches. Like just
Mm-hmm.
think,
He's
it's
so fast.
yeah, just ridiculously. I want to actually real quick. I'm going to look this up. Um, what he is averaging carrying the ball. So yeah,
Okay.
Jordan Washington has 23 carries for 208 yards. So he's 4.6 a carry with, oh no. No, excuse me, 23
Yeah.
for 208, 9 yards a carry.
I was gonna say what? Yeah. I was gonna guess like
Sorry.
7 point something. So that's better than I thought.
Yeah,
Yeah.
9 yards, 9 yards, 9 yards
No,
a
no big
carry.
deal. Right. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then yeah.
Would you like to guess who? Just a quick trivia question: who has the biggest yards per carry average on the entire team this year?
I mean, is this kind of a trick question almost, or
It's
no?
kind of a trick question because the player in question has one carry.
I know that's what I'm thinking. Who had one carry? Is it Roebuck? Is that?
Recently returned from the witness protection program. That's
Oh,
a little nod to our friends over at Fourth and Inches.
Amari Evans.
Correct.
Okay.
Has one for 14 yards. But second
I
is
like
Jordan
that.
Washington at 9 yards on 23 carries. So
Okay, so it's 14 yards.
20 times the touches and only
Yeah,
yeah.
that's impressive. Yeah, I
So
mean, and then yeah, the other thing was, I mean, our defense looked great. I mean, they have been looking great, and like they're looking.
and UCLA
Their
is
stats are back.
like they're not good, but like
Yeah,
UCLA has been able to be pretty effective
they've been able to move the
moving the
ball. Yeah.
ball.
Uh-huh. And
And
yeah,
Nico did not
they're
have a good day.
no. I mean, I was saying that to a friend of mine. I was like, man, are they sure he's not just because I didn't want him to play? But like, he's got a concussion like 2 weeks ago. Like,
He
that's
looked like he still
why.
did.
Yeah, and why? Like, their season's done. They're not going to make a bowl game. So I was like, well, are they sure they want to play him? And then yeah, that's awful to get two concussions. I assume that's what he got, right? I don't know. I didn't
Uh,
see. I mean,
yeah,
it
I
doesn't
mean,
seem like he got concussion. But yeah,
yeah, I
has it
don't know,
been
but
a
yeah,
week?
16 of 26 for 69 yards is
Mm.
not
Oh yeah.
not an auspicious day.
No.
And I would just say it was really a well-rounded performance from the defense as a whole. They, only allowed 57 yards rushing to their entire team, 150 with 150
Oh,
you
yeah.
hold the big
Beast.
I don't care if it's a bad Big 10 team. If you hold
Yeah,
any team in this conference basically to just over 200 yards of total offense in a football game, job well done.
for sure. Easily, easily. Even if they were playing UC Davis, we're like, oh, that's. I mean, we wouldn't be like, oh, that's amazing. We're like, oh, that's a great game. A
But
little
that's
over
a
200
solid
yards.
performance.
Yeah, against anyone, let alone a Power Four team. What are your thoughts on the? Well, I don't know how much more you want to talk about that game, but the Jacob Manu playing. I mean, we
Um,
know the reason why, but like, would you like try to convince him otherwise, or you just like you promised him
yeah,
that early in the year?
I honestly, I think probably a little less bent out of shape about it than some others, in our group
I'm
chats or
with
in
you.
the
Yeah.
Husky fandom, um, because it's the room that we have the most depth on the entire team in my opinion. With the emergence of certainly a guy we've talked about a lot with Zadrius, but also
Mm-hmm.
with X-Ray. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just a really, really good room. And could he? I don't think his absence this week is going to be the difference in us winning or losing this football game. From an athleticism
Yeah.
standpoint, from the combined play between X-Ray and X-Ray and ZRS. Um,
He'll
and I
definitely
think
help
that
more in the run, which Oregon's good at to stopping the run. I think than a
right.
couple of those other guys. I mean, not that they're bad because they're great. They're X-ray and DRS one great, but yeah, you could help more in that. But I mean, if you ask them to guard Sadiq, which I don't know if they would, that's not a good
That's
matchup.
a well, no. Like
Yeah,
if you want to put one of the linebackers on Sadiq at all,
yeah,
it's
it's not him.
ZRS.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's
I'm like
Zadrius. And
yeah,
it's by that, and that's not to knock anybody else, but the coverage skill set that ZRS has is special at that position.
yeah, yeah.
And his instincts. That's yeah, that's a matchup that or in specific, that's probably the matchup, their offense versus our defense, that I'm most terrified by
Yeah,
tomorrow
he's
afternoon.
a first round pick as a tight end, which says a lot.
Right. But I mean, just I think a well-rounded performance. But let's start on the offense and say offensive player of the game, or so our offensive purple helmet. Do you want
You
to
go
go first
first.
on this one? Or
You
okay,
got you got first.
you,
Yeah.
you want defense first? All right. Uh,
Okay.
I'm gonna yeah. If I'm gonna go first on this one, I'm gonna give it to Adam. Just nothing super spectacular. I mean, like his long on the night was 15 yards, but just solid and exactly the kind of performance that Adam Muhammad can give you, and builds toward what could be a really dangerous running back room a year from now, with Adam, with Jordan Washington, and with Brian Bonner.
Yeah, Bonner's a
Like,
beast.
I mean, that's what I mean. Honestly, like that needs, in my opinion, that needs to be the diet. Basically, every game next fall, I want to see Adam with, unless he's just having a really off day, he needs to be 15 plus touches, if not close to 20 on in the ground game. Just because he could be a battering ram. He's got some agility. He doesn't have, when Jonah's healthy, he doesn't have Jonah's wiggle and elusiveness in the open field. But he absolutely, if you can open some holes, come in and just let him run downhill, he can be an asset to it, and a key piece to the offense.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I mean, I know a couple you guys on the pod have, I don't want to say bashing, but like, he's been kind of hard on him, which is rightfully so. Like he didn't prove much, but yeah, he's definitely proven he can be the guy the last
Yeah.
few weeks. And yeah, I'm excited to see what he can bring even next year too. So even with other guys, because with Jonah out, he is the main and only guy. We had Jordan Washington should get more carries, but they're not giving him, so it's just him. But yeah, if he's only getting like 15, 18 carries next year, with the other guys help him out and getting breathers, like yeah, he can be even better next year.
He can be a bell cow, or a, obviously it's very clear that the staff has a preference for that kind of thunder and lightning approach.
Yeah.
And he can absolutely do that if the line is. I don't think Adam, and this isn't to knock Adam, if you have a average to below average offensive line, Adam is not Barry Sanders. He's not going to be like, well, three defenders are in the backfield, but he made a play, and there's 17 yards anyway. But if you can open some holes, and like his vision, I think, is improving and getting, and I do think that there's been some significant development. I think the offensive line played pretty damn well. And certainly I think we're seeing an improvement in the offensive line in terms of run blocking over the course of the season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that portends well for the future as well. And if you can give him, enough of a crease. So, all right. So
Yeah.
mine,
Well,
my offensive player was, yeah. So go ahead. Who's yours?
I was just gonna say, just because you just mentioned it, mine's gonna be the offensive line. Yeah, the way they played and open up holes and keeping them on protected. Yeah, that's great. Like I think they found something in their lineup with like who's out there that's maybe better with the run game, and even could even be better with Arozo. How do you pronounce his last name when he
As a
comes
party.
back? Yeah, as a party. Yeah, because I mean, our right guard that we've been playing has not been doing the job, and so the new guy in there has been doing better, and you can see it.
And that right guard is not going to be around here next year. So
yeah, exactly.
we wish him well, but
yeah,
but improvement is possible.
Yeah, even Mills being at right tackles and been good. I mean, our party has been good too. So, but yeah,
it's going to be some. There's going to be some interesting decisions, and to see what that line looks like in the spring, and how they configure the line. Certainly, I would not be irritated if they went out and found, particularly an outside, a tackle in the portal, just to make sure, even if it's just a swing tackle, that like if it's Cody Green if they think Cody Green can come in and be the guy from day one, or they flip Mills out and have him play left tackle to replace Carver when he leaves, or Pocky moves outside, or pick an option here, just to have one extra body. Like, particularly, we've seen what happened to our offensive line this year when Carver couldn't play because he was hurt.
Yeah.
Or the games where Carver and Mills were both out. Like,
Yeah.
But
Before we move to defense, I want to do. There's a second option. I was going to give the helmet to player offense player of the game. Uh, I want to give a shout out to our guy Alex. He for some reason doesn't like this player, but Desmond Robach, great game, and he's
mhm,
showing out every week for being underrated out of high school that he can prove. I mean, he's not 6'4", he's not going to
right,
burn you at 4.3 speed, but he catches the ball and run routes and does the job
he's very
more than
effective.
capable. Yeah, and guys in the NFL and especially college has proven that you don't need those all the time to be
Right.
good. I mean, look at Doug Baldwin, look at like Wes Welker, all those guys that aren't big, aren't fast, but still good.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's
Just
proven it.
yeah, make plays, get first downs, make big catches when the
Yeah.
situation calls for it. No, absolutely. All right, we'll flip it over to defense, and since I went first on offense, this one's yours.
Yeah.
But there's
Okay. I
options in
mean,
this game because there's a lot. There were a lot of really good defensive performances.
there is. Yeah. I feel like this is kind of cheating. I'm going to go with, yeah, there's a few options. I'm going to kind of the obvious answer, at least in my opinion, McLaughlin. I honestly might even pick Alex McLaughlin, even without that scoop and score, because he was
Hmm.
everywhere around the ball on
Yep,
defense all the time. Yeah, I think he led in tackles, I'm pretty sure.
he
But
did.
even then, like he was right there on the play. I think he had
Hmm.
a pass breakup, and so yeah, he was my player of the game, and even more so with that fumble return for a touchdown.
Yep. And this is certainly, I think that I think the defensive line as a whole played really well. Um, and some flashes from multiple spots, but um, I don't think it's necessarily this player's best game as a Husky, but it's certainly right up there. Um, I'm going to give mine to Ephesians. I think
Mm-hmm.
played really, really well. I was actually third on the team in tackles, but they did not do much in the passing game at all. And um, between Mikey Matthews and Quasi Gilmore, those guys, and obviously you had the one drop over the top by Mokiawa Animalala, but and I don't remember who he got over the top of. I don't think it was actually Ephesians on that play.
I think it was
Um,
Clark. I don't know. Yeah, can't remember.
I think you're right. Actually, I think it was Rashawn. I think it was um, just a really solid performance from Ephesians.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly with Ticario not 100%. Um, and I will also say that it's pretty noticeable and evident that the light bulb is starting to come on from Dylan Robinson as well. So I would say Dylan Robinson's an honorable mention, um, and really excited to see his potential. Um, and I'm going to operate under the assumption that Dylan Robinson is starting at one of our outside corner spots next year. Just period.
I agree. I think we can pencil him in that position too.
So we are going to skip over our big predictions. We've we've done
We
them in
made them.
secret. If
Yeah.
we've made our predictions, but
Before the games today on Friday, we made them.
we
Yeah.
yes
I
we
think it was 100% today.
yeah, the group corresponded. I think I did decently well today. I
I had
don't.
Arizona.
I,
I had
I
Texas.
I had Arizona. I did not have. I'm not an A&M fan, but I wanted
I'm not a
A&M
fan
to
either.
win.
Too.
I wanted A&M because I didn't want to hear the narrative that's already started about how Texas deserves to be in the playoff. Like, no, you
I had
don't.
to
Shut
turn
up.
that shit off when I heard him talking about that.
Yeah. But let's get into the big tilt tomorrow. Our friends from Spugene come to town for a 12:30 game at Husky Stadium. Your keys to the game as you see it, and the matchups that you're going to be really keying in on.
Uh, yeah, man. There's a lot. There's a lot to talk about. I feel like. I think to me, is stopping the run game. What is my
Absolutely.
biggest key. I think, especially if we have Takara back, which sounds like we will. We can put their wide receivers. They're kind of depleted. They're missing.
Hmm.
They were missing three of their top guys. I don't know who's all coming back. Probably two of them aren't. But yeah, put our DBs on an island, let the receivers and Dante Moore beat us, and if we are able to stop the run or contain the run, I don't think we're going to stop them. If we're able to contain the run, like I say 100 under 150, that's a big win for
Yep.
us.
Yeah, it's certainly a huge key because ultimately to me it's I certainly agree with you. It's like, okay, make Dante Moore and their receivers beat you. And Dante Moore has been pretty impressive this year, and he
Yeah,
has made some
he
absolutely some
can.
big
Yeah,
time.
but he's
He
not
can,
consistent. He
but it
can do it. Yeah,
yeah,
he
and
can
the
do it if
receiver
he's
play,
consistent.
particularly with the injuries that they've sustained, has been inconsistent, and therein is some opportunities because that's also a bit of a strength of our defense. I mean, we're not. I would say we're a better, in terms of statistically, we're a little better run defense, or we're pretty by a decent margin and a better run defense than a pass defense. But our pass defense is also not terrible, and it's been opportunistic. And the more you make Oregon throw, as good as Dante's been, he's also had some propensity to throw it to you. But that's also kind of to flip it over. That's also a key for me in this game. We have to take care of the football.
That was my other.
Point
Yeah,
blank.
that was my other thing too. Yeah.
Like if we turn the ball over twice or more, we're not winning this football game.
Yeah, I would even go on the limit and say like, if we turn the ball over more than that they do, we're not winning this game. If we have one and
Yeah,
not zero, I don't. I
I
don't
think
think this
there's
is
still
good.
a chance,
Yeah,
but like
obviously still a chance. I'm not like a
this,
guarantee, but I just
yeah, I mean
that's
these are by
weird.
in most statistics these are, or in at least in a number of statistics these are top 30 defenses in the country, um, and so it's going to be challenging. And I think the key matchup for me, if you're looking at us, stopping their run, I think the other key matchup for us is um, and what I'm going to be really paying attention to is the tackles against their edges, against Tatum Teote and Mateo Uyunglele, um, because that's going to and that's not to say that they don't have pieces in the interior of the defense, but if Demond has a little bit of time, that's going to open up a lot. Like if we can get
Yeah.
some semblance of a run game going, but it's if this is a repeat of last year's game, it's going to get ugly
Oh
from
yes.
that standpoint, and that we just can't sustain and protect in the passing game as much as us. I want us to try and run the ball a little bit, even with Amari Washington and some of the pieces that are playing well for them in the interior. That's a huge key. We
Yeah.
have to be able to protect. I mean, it's
I mean, I had
we have to be
like the exact same keys as you.
we have to have some semblance of balance on our offense and give the offense a chance to make some plays and to keep pace in this game.
Yeah, because we're not gonna throw the ball for 400 yards. We're not gonna run the ball for 250 plus yards. Like we have to have
Right.
balance to win this game. So like we can run for 150, 175, and throw for 250 and or 300, and that's a solid game, and that might be
Yeah.
enough. But
Yeah.
it's not
I
going to
mean,
be
like
one sided.
this game very well could turn into a bit of a rock fight.
Yeah,
Like it
ah,
legitimately
I can
could
see that.
be, um like, and certainly, like, I would say I'd have higher faith in our offense's explosivity if Jonah Coleman and Denzel Boston were 100% healthy, but they're not. Um, and I certainly think Denzel can particularly win against those corners if Demond has time to get him the ball. Um, and it would have been an interesting proposition to see a fully healthy Jonah Coleman in this game, but obviously that's not what we're going to see, and so how we scheme around that, um,
Yeah,
is going to be
I
really
expect
interesting.
Denzel to be almost himself. He's not going to be 100%, but I think he's be well
But
enough
he
to.
fights through it really, like
Yeah,
he's a warrior.
but Jonah, if he plays, he was wearing a. I think Hoodman too. He was wearing a brace on his knee, like as a running back. You don't see that last week, and it probably showed he shouldn't have played at all. So I don't have high hope for like what he can do tomorrow or today, whenever this comes out. But maybe
We're recording
maybe
this Friday
Wednesday.
night. It's on
Yeah.
YouTube Live right now.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh, so
Yeah, but no,
yeah,
like I said, you have like it sounds like me and you have the same keys. Like stop the run is key. Like giving them on time and having some kind of run game. Again, it doesn't have to be 250-yard run game, but if we have some balance, so they're not no, we're gonna drop back every time, or no, we're gonna hand the ball off every time, then yeah, we can keep them on their
Well,
toes. Yeah.
the other key to the game is certainly play calling. And for me, it's like, hey, if we're having some success running the ball, and this was one of the things that drove me a little crazy on Saturday evening was, hey, we're actually starting to make significant gains in the ground game, and then like our next 5 plays were like, or 5 of our next 6 play calls were passes. Like, sometimes you can't just run the ball. It's fine.
No, it can be done. Oregon State. How many times in a row did they run it against Oregon a few years ago?
I think
It was
22.
I don't know, 20
I think
something. Yeah.
at least 20 to ice that game, and to come back from like a multiple score deficit, and they just ran the ball. They just ran the ball.
I hope the punter dropped the ball for Oregon, but yes, they just ran it.
I know run the damn ball is an automatic trigger warning for all Husky fans considering 2021. We get that. But all right. Bold predictions.
Oh man. Bold predictions. We're talking about good things, right?
Yeah. I mean, I could do a bold prediction.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
I could do. I mean, like we could make a semi-bold prediction of like who between you or our friend UW is going to send the first like it's all over, we're losing this game text tomorrow. But
burn the program down. Yeah.
Hey, my bold prediction actually is like it's not the first text of doom tomorrow will not be you or Leah. It will be Coach V.
Oh, dude. Okay, I love Coach V, but he gets so down, like watching the UW hoops games. I swear he hates all the players and stuff. But I know he doesn't. I know. I'm just giving him a hard time, but I'm like, yeah, I can see that. My bold prediction: we get 2 interceptions tomorrow.
I like it.
Yeah.
Like that. So I'm going to go offensive here. And I'm going to say it's a slight hedge, obviously, given the health of Jonah Coleman. But I'm going to say Adam Muhammad gets at least, we'll get over 65. I'll say Adam Muhammad has a 75-yard or more game tomorrow.
Adam Muhammad
has 75 yards rushing.
Yeah, that'd be
tomorrow. And just like it may not necessarily be like he's not going to be the player of the game for us if we win this football game, but a very solid, like significant contributor to the effort.
Yeah. All right. I want to give one more bold prediction that's on the bad side of us. There's going to be a crucial bad penalty towards the end of the game against us. We're all gonna be like, what, WTF? Awful, like Ohio State, even though that one's like second quarter. But I just know I'm expecting something stupid like that to happen.
A soft penalty, essentially, like not something that we actually did, but that we get called for something that's absolute crap.
Yeah. That'll go against us.
Yeah.
Not saying it's going to decide the game, but it'll be a big one. Second half something.
Okay. That we'll all be incensed by.
Mm-hmm.
Probably safer in that instance that I'm not going to the game tomorrow, and I'm going to just stay home and watch.
Yeah.
So, because I probably will lose my mind. I have been known the whole history of the hooligan is from heckling refs, and the hooligan and the hooligans is from heckling refs at UW sporting events. So better safe than sorry in this, and particularly in this context. All right. Yeah, I don't have a second poll prediction, so let's get into the predictive offensive and defensive players of the game. I'll let you go first. Do you want to? And I'll let you go first, and you can pick offense and defense, or defense, where you want to start.
I got offense, Denzel Boston. I feel like this is likely his last home game as a Husky. Very, very likely. He's been hurt. I think he shows up big. Like, assuming he gets opportunities, they throw him the ball. I think he just throw him in his direction, let him go up and get it. He'll get it. He's big body, super strong hands. So yeah, I'm going with Denzel Boston.
All right. Yeah. Got a couple that I'm tossing around, but I'm going to go. All right, I'm going to go the under the radar. I think demand for us to win, obviously, Demond has to have a good game. But I'm going to go, I think certainly the more Denzel plays, I think they're going to key on him. And I think certainly he's going to have some opportunities to make big plays. And I agree with you. But I think in that kind of the sneaky, we'll make a couple of big plays when their defense is a little overly focused on Denzel. So I'm going to go Amari Evans.
I was hoping you'd say that.
He's going to have like a 4 or 5 catch day, and they're going to matter. And a couple of them are going to be, in the explosive milieu. So I'll go Amari Evans.
Good, I like it.
On defense, I'm gonna riff off of your 2 interceptions, and say I think ZRS is going to get another one, and it's going to.
Oh. They're going to be pushing Sadiq the ball, and then he gets one. Is that what
you're thinking? Either Sadiq or Reed, something underneath where Takario and Ephesians have. I don't necessarily think. I don't think ZRS's interception comes on where they're trying to run a seam route with Sadiq, and he just runs stride for stride with him. But I think it's going to be something where Sadiq's on an underneath route or a. An in, or you're picking up a receiver or a running back on an underneath route, and he's going to read it and step in front of it, and I'm going to say in particular he's going to read something, step in front of it, and set us up with great field position.
That'd be awesome.
So I'm going to go. Yeah, so I think I'm going to just flat out go ZRS, defensive player of the game for the Washington tomorrow.
All right, I got similar vibes as you. I'm going to go off my 2 interception prediction. Another hometown dog under the radar, Rayshawn Clark. He gets one of those interceptions.
Okay.
And has a good game and playing in front of a hometown crowd.
All right. Score predictions.
Honestly, do you got yours? I don't have score prediction. I didn't have them prepared, but I'll have. If you're ready, you can go. If not, I can go.
I do think it's. No, I'll go. We've talked about the ways that we've talked in some ways about some of the key matchups, and those are the in those key matchups, there's definitely paths in the ways that Oregon could win this football game. If you've been paying attention, it runs contrary to the very fiber of my being to actually predict Oregon to beat Washington, so I'm not going to do it. And I'm going to say that Washington will get a late touchdown and beat Oregon 27-23.
Oh, a late go-ahead game-winning touchdown.
A late go-ahead touchdown.
Dang.
Tell me when that's happened in this series recently. Slightly different teams in slightly different teams in play, obviously, but
yeah. Well, I guess not which time. It was one time, but yeah. Oh man, I would love that. We had our predictions and we said them like in our own group chat. We can release the files if the public wants them.
Yes.
But I was tempted to go against what I was saying. For for a couple reasons, but one of them was like, I predicted all these games right today. It was like 4 of them. I'm like, I don't want to continue being right for all of them because yeah, I have Oregon winning. I don't think it's going to be super high scoring. I think it'll be uh, 24-17 Ducks.
Okay.
So like I was talking about the turnovers, like if we
Hmm.
lose turnover battle, we'll lose basically. And then I also said my bold prediction is 2 interceptions. So that would probably mean would have a couple turnovers as well. I can see Damon being a little careless with the ball, running something like that, or maybe an interception or fumble somewhere else. But
Hmm.
yeah, so if we're gonna have 2 interceptions, then we'll probably have at least 2 turnovers as well. Hopefully, I'm wrong. I said I wasn't gonna pick against Oregon, and
You're
I
sticking.
got
You're a man of your word, and that's honorable, even if
yeah.
your selection is not.
I know. Oh yeah. Hey, I really hope I'm wrong. I'm not. I don't give a damn about my picks, even if it's like if I'm choosing an off game. I go with what I am rooting for, and obviously rooting for the dogs. But yeah, I mean,
We
I
know
don't
you
think it's a
well
sure
enough
thing.
that
Yeah.
you would have been ecstatic that yes, you've been consistent about picking Oregon all year, and we know you well enough that you would have been ecstatic if you'd gone, if you channeled the 2008 Huskies and gone over
Yeah.
12 with those
Oh.
selections.
Oh yeah. That would have been amazing. Yes. Yeah, but it's definitely a winnable game. We're at home. We play way better at home. I I would be terrified if we were playing away
Yeah,
this year. Like we're proving we're not ready to win big games on the road. We haven't proven we can win big games at home yet with Jed Fish, but I think this game is
this is a step up in
almost a
class.
toss
Like
up. Yeah,
we've won some important games at home.
yeah. Michigan last
Uh,
year, Illinois.
Michigan. I mean,
It was, yeah,
like yes, Michigan was ranked top 10, but we talked about it last year. Michigan did not deserve a top 10 ranking
yeah.
last year
But it was
for
still
any
a big
stretch of the
game,
admit.
a decent game. Yeah,
Yeah,
I wouldn't say big,
beating
but
USC is always a big deal.
yeah,
Um, but it's not beating a top 10 team that isn't
yeah.
actually a legitimate top 10 team. Um,
I think any team having overconfidence in this one.
I've
Okay,
got a scenario. I've got a fun scenario for you. It's a you can only have. It's let's take a Washington win tomorrow. Who do you want in the playoffs? 10-2 Oregon or 9-3 Texas?
Oh, Texas all day. What the? Yes, I
Yeah,
hate Texas,
I
but I mean, Oregon should get it over them if I'm talking about like unbiased talk.
I do
But
think it would be fun. I would be greatly
yes,
entertained if
oh
Texas got
man,
picked over 10-2 Oregon
that
after they lost to us.
that would be so fun. And then we're the one to knock them out. Yeah, I would love that scenario, even though I'm not
Well,
a Texas guy.
and then Sarkeesian would be thanking his lucky stars that we lost to
Yeah,
Wisconsin because he's like, oh, I don't have to play Washington in the playoffs or in the postseason
yeah.
because
Well, I'm honestly, we'd probably take their spot if we did beat Wisconsin. So
yeah, I
yeah,
mean we'd have
so
it. Yeah, like
would be over them.
yeah,
Yeah, that would be hilarious. Oh, I would love for that to happen.
eh,
Yeah,
it'd
but
be
as I was saying, neither team or fan base should be overconfident with this one, and there's one fan base that already is.
is always overconfident.
Yeah, uh, and it's fine to think your team will win. Anyone can think that, but they're just like, oh, I've seen
We
them.
clearly
I
do.
should have found this post before the game. Like I saw one like, oh, why did I even show up for Husky fans? Like or a Husky team. Like it's gonna be a bloodbath. Like things like that. I'm like man,
You're not that like
yeah,
this is
this
not
isn't.
last year.
It's not Oregon
They're not
last year.
as
It's
good.
not Washington last year, and it's at home for UW. It's yeah. I hope it's a good game, or I hope that we blow them
Like
out. That's a good game for
I
me
mean,
too.
yeah, I mean,
I don't think it's gonna happen. I mean,
if that happens, if we blow them out, I am drinking tomorrow. I'm opening
yes, yeah,
celebratory beer in the fourth quarter and being like,
yes.
yeah.
Television.
And then going on to certain social media places and talking
Yeah,
an incredible
went to
amount
do
of shit.
spaces.
And invite the most obnoxious Duck fans we don't be like, all right. Any final thoughts, or we'll call it a show and be back to recap it next week, and then we will be back soon within the next few weeks to get started with our F-Bombs recruiting rankings, taking a deeper dive into the recruiting class that the coaching staff is putting together. But any final thoughts?
Yeah, there might be a lot more to talk about potentially with coaching staff, and I mean, there's going to be some regardless.
There's going to be some coaching carousel
yeah,
conversation next week, regardless, even if it doesn't
yeah.
necessarily directly pertain to us. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening or watching. As always, go Dogs, and just beat the fucking Ducks.